Khalsa Waheguru Ji Fateh. Sasangaji. I feel honored to talk about the book Turban, or Sardari Amna, which has truly inspired me and made me question my own identity in so many ways. My turban is not just a beautiful way of covering the long unshorn hair, and my turban has a meaning. It has a symbol of pride and dignity, the virtues and values that our gurus have taught us. It carries a social, moral, and spiritual significance. Guru Gobind Singh Ji gave this beautiful crown turban on the head of Khalsa, infusing them with spiritual strength and reinforcing the idea that all Sikhs are noble and equal in the eyes of life. Being a Sikh itself is unique in all aspects, but when a turban Sikh crowns himself with the supreme gift of Guru, he stands out among millions because his very existence relates to his turban. So, when I wear a turban, it is my way to honor my commitment to my Guru's command. The turban serves as a reminder of the great sacrifices and martyrs of Sikh history, where Sikhs have faced so many sufferings and challenges to uphold their honor so we can practice our faith without fear. During many wars, turban Sikh soldiers refused to take off turbans to wear helmets for safety. Guru Gobind Singh Ji sacrificed his entire family to save the honor and recognition of Sikhs. Dharam hid, Sakar Kiya, Sis Diya, Pasar Nadia. The stories of these lion-hearted men and women who never surrendered their faith but sacrificed their heads for its sake gave us a legacy that infuses the turban with a very deep meaning. Sadly, today the very form of Sikhs carrying a turban has gone off track, especially the Sikh youth abandoning the turban. Yes, it's tough living in a foreign culture, often due to mistaken identity. We face negativity towards the Sikh community. Even more so for Sikh children like myself, who face challenges in school, but they stand out because of their different appearance. As a kid, it can be hard to take pride in something that so strongly contrasts with the foreign culture that surrounds you. That's why some young Sikhs compromise their identity to blend in with everyone else. So, if we want to urge our fellow Sikhs to honor their turban as a part of their daily living, we must educate and groom them about the Sikh heritage, principles of faith, and inspire them to a Sikh way of living. We can strengthen our foundation only if we stay true to our roots. Just like we must obey the rules of school and can't change them, similarly, we must obey the command of our Guru and embrace the turban. We have no right to alter the form of Khalsa as per our own convenience. Let's be proud of our faith and heritage and not hide what defines us as Sikhs, our turban. While the turban worn by both men and women in Sikhism represents our commitment to the Guru, it's also worn by some non-Sikhs, sometimes as a fashion statement. This brings me to my second question. Whether it's okay for non-Sikhs to wear a turban, why or why not? Well, I say, why not? There's no such restriction that only Sikhs wear turbans. In ancient times and other cultures, turban was worn by royalties only. But our Gurus have taught us not to discriminate and recognize the human race as one. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, Manas ki jaat sabhe eke pehan ho. In the past, Sikhs have organized turban camps in the US and Europe where they have tied turbans to non-Sikhs to raise awareness about Sikhism. Such events give us an opportunity to spread our faith and educate people about the spiritual and moral importance of a turban for a Sikh. And at the same time, explain that a turban should always be treated with the highest respect, no matter who wears it. I feel extremely proud when I hear that non-Sikhs like Nick Canning wears a turban out of respect for Sikhism. He says that he feels a spiritual connection with the turban and feels like a king wearing his crown. Here's a person not even identifying as a Sikh saying the value in wearing a turban. Isn't that a great matter of great pride for us? It sure is. If I could say one thing to those who want to learn about Sikhi or the turban, it is just to ask. Being a Sikh is all about learning and helping others learn. The concept of Bhakt Vairag is the idea of sharing with our fellow humans, not just through services, but knowledge as well. There are many examples of turban Sikhs who proudly uphold their faith while serving professionally in modern society. One prominent Sikh who I particularly admire as a role model is Ravi Singh, the founder of Khalsa. He took the basic idea of langar one step further. Through Khalsa, he had reached out to people in regions that needed it the most, such as areas traumatized by war, by natural disasters, by helping people who became homeless and were without necessities such as food and water. To selflessly perform his duty is something I truly admire about Ravi Singh. He says that his inspiration comes from the Sikh Gurus who taught us the message of love and preach well-being of all humanity. He is a great example of how a Sikh follows the teachings of Guru Nanak in the truest spirit and feel a responsibility to fight for the oppressed without having any issues on race or religion. He represents not only himself but the entire Sikh community. So, my fellow Sikhs, let us pray for our diversity to become our strength and help us conquer our insecurities so we can continue to honor and uphold the important Sikh values that define us. I would like to conclude my speech with a beautiful message where Guruji explains to us to recognize who we really are. Man tu jo swarup hai apna mool pehchan. Oh my mind, you're the embodiment of the divine light. Recognize your own origin. Sat Sangat ji, bol chak maaf karna. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.
Thank you, Sahib Singh. The next speaker will be Agamjeet Kaur. Bhakt ji ka khalsa, Bhakt ji ki fateh.
Sat Sangat ji, Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh. After reading the book Turban, I learned a better way, the history of turban, and have more respect for turban. I learned turban is a gift of Guruji, and we wear it proudly as a crown. It is highly important for Sikhs to wear a turban. As Dr. Surab Singh says in his book Turban, the turban has a special place in our culture, in society, and daily life too. By wearing a turban, we can show our honors to our Guru who has sacrificed his life for this turban. After understanding, it's not just a piece of cloth that we wrap around our head every morning. It's an identity and a promise and an honor of carrying a price of great history. Since I wear the turban, I have more respect for turban since I have more knowledge about the history behind it. I'm able to spread this knowledge to my friends and others who are not aware of the meaning of turban so they can respect the turban too. Now I encourage our community and the new generation to practice wearing the turban daily and educate people of what the meaning and signifies of turban is. There are many non-Sikhs such as Nick Hagan who wears a turban out of respect for Sikhism. I personally feel happy and proud when I see non-Sikhs wearing turban as long as they keep the variety of the turban. Non-Sikhs should be allowed to wear a turban irrespective of what caste or religion you're from because it would promote Sikhi and other cultures. Nick Hagan, who has read the history about turban and wears a turban, says, when you study what a turban ultimately represents was people of strength and discipline and ultimately to cover up the hair of Sikh individuals who don't have their hair. I really help when a media personality such as Nick Hagan publicize the turban and create curiosity among others for turban. According to the book, the turban signifies honesty, hard work, and gentleness. According to me, wearing a turban will develop a sense of appreciation among these non-Sikhs on how a true Sikh carries his turban proudly. Turban is a sign of pride and respect, and everyone has a right to wear it. I would feel proud and when I see non-Sikhs wearing a turban out of respect and honor, not just for the sake of fashion. Nowadays, many people are going far from their roots to their cultures just because they feel out of fashion being a Sikh or not having enough respect for our gurus. On the contrary, we have many great examples in Sikhism who we can consider as our role models. One such person as recent times is Harjit Singh Sajan, the Minister of National Defense and a member of Canadian Parliament, Jagmeet Singh, Canadian lawyer and leader of New Democratic Party, and the one who I look at proudly and respectfully is Ravi Singh Khalsa Ed. He not only kept his turban, but in true sense is showing the world what it means to be a real Sikh. Ravi Singh works selflessly not only for his community but for humanity. As per Guru's words, Manas ki jat sab ek ke pehchan ko, which defines to recognize the whole human race as one irrespective of their race, caste, creed, of religion. Ravi Singh's selfless commitment of the humankind charms me to be like him and follow the path of our Guru, to serve not only individuals or our nation, but in true sense of humankind. After reading the deepest meaning of turban, I would encourage people to respect it and raise awareness to do more publicity for turban in our applications, so even non-Sikhs can feel freedom to wear turban and to learn the history. Satsangat ji, I am very proud to be Sikh. Rusik means to love your sali, Jogur ke soiba mano har har kata nirani. Waheguru ji ka khalsa,